Okay, how to succeed as a beginning chemist. Curiosity is really good. So ask me lots of questions. Ask me questions I can't answer. Bring it. Be curious. Be imaginative. Okay? Young children are curious, aren't they? They ask lots of questions, especially when they're about 4. Why? 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 Then one day you realize, oh, they quit asking why. It's kind of a relief. But somewhere along the line, we get that kind of pushed out of us. Rekindle some of that. Ask yourself why. Be curious. Be willing to do calculations. Learning chemistry requires some math, okay? And I know math is scary for some people, but I can help you with that, and it doesn't need to be scary. You need to be willing to try, okay? I will match your efforts. Most of these concepts I can explain in 7 or 8 different ways. I'm not going to do that in every lecture because we only have so much time. I'll use the explanation that works for the most people. But your brain might work differently. Ask me questions. Keep at it until that light goes on. That's exciting for me, when a student just asks and asks, and I try this explanation and this one and that one, and finally they're like, oh, you can almost see the light bulb glow over their head. That's enough to keep me going for like 3 weeks, okay? So I want some light bulb moments, okay? But sometimes you have to work for those light bulb moments. And when it comes, it's exciting for the student as well. So be willing to do calculations. Be committed to learning the material. Okay? Start strong. Don't say, oh, well, yeah, that first chapter, that was... No. Get on top of it. Learn it. Understand it. And stay on top of it. And do your homework. I really can't emphasize that enough. You will learn by doing and not just by watching me do stuff. Every semester people say, oh, but it looks so easy when you did it on the board, and then I went home and I couldn't figure it out. Well, I've been doing this for longer than I care to admit, right? So it is easy for me. How did it get easy? Practice. I practiced, okay? So you need to practice. This is a neat quote from a Nobel Prize-winning chemist, Roald Hoffmann. I like the idea that human beings can do anything they want. They need to be trained sometimes. They need a teacher to awaken the intelligence within them. But to be a chemist requires no special talent. I'm glad to say, anyone can do it with hard work. You do not have to be a genius to do well in this class, but you have to be willing to work hard. Okay? You have to be willing to work hard. A couple notes about the text. There are questions at the end of each chapter, and some of the questions have their question numbers in blue. The answers are given in the back of the book. So working extra questions, those are the ones to do, because then you can check your work. It doesn't really help you at all to read a blue question and go, and then go look at the answer. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's not going to help. That's a waste of your time. Just don't even bother. Do the problem, write down the answer, and then check and see if you got it correct. If you did not get it correct, go back and study some more until you figure out what you did wrong and how to get the correct answer. The exercises in the problem sections are paired, okay? So I usually assign in Mastering Chemistry the questions that they don't give you the answer in the back of the book. So you go to Mastering Chemistry, and maybe I assign question 12. I forget which one comes first. It's probably 11. 11 would be paired with 12. If you don't know how to do 12, go look at 11 in your book and work on it and see if you can get the answer. If once you work it out there, then go do the homework problem, and you'll get more points, because every wrong answer that you give, you lose some points on. If you don't have the same edition of the book, go looking in the edition that you do have for a similar problem, and do the same idea. So at the end of each PowerPoint for the chapter is chapter in review, and these are just the things from the textbook. Don't ask me for a review sheet, because here it is. Okay, so these are the topics that were covered. I'm not going to read these in class, but just kind of an overview of the chapter.